my screen is visible. So let me begin with myself. I am Shirish Reddy. I am having around 12 years of industry experience with information technology. So I began my career with Microsoft tools like business intelligence, and have worked with major companies like Accenture, HCL, and Cognizant. So I'm working as a senior Azure data engineer with proficiency and expertise in Azure data engineering, where the major skills are Azure Data Factory and Databricks, along with SQL programming, and also a little bit of it includes PySpark and Python coding, and also Power BI as a reporting tool. So let me not confuse you much here. So as you might have got the course content shared by my colleagues, like so let it as today is just a demo. So I just want to elaborate and explain you guys like what exactly is Data Factory, and what do we do as a data engineer. Like as mentioned in the course itself, so we have several uh, sub tools, which includes PaaS, different cloud computing models like SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS. Like it is a so we deal with this one, like PaaS, platform as a service. So this Azure Data Factory content will come in this particular module, like platform as a service. Like, and as a data engineer, so I believe you all may not have that much experience, as, or you might be having some doubts like what a data engineer would do, and what are all things that we need to have before starting your career as a data engineer. So it's not that complicated. Like even if you are a layman, or even if you are college passed out, or if you have or if you are a lateral working in some other skill sets like Java, or .NET, or any other tools. So Data Factory is every man's tool. Like it just works as a ETL tool, like extract, transform, and load. So in this data engineering, so here in this in these sessions, we would make yourself comfortable with all the given content here. So what are all requirements for a, a developer who can perform himself in the given implementation requirements by a client, or what are all things you may need to do when you are allocated with some requirement of performing migrations from on premises to cloud. So first of all, I would like to mention that, so hope you are all aware, like Azure itself comes under the category of cloud computing. So this particular tool, Azure services have been, circulated, and they occupy a major share along with other cloud computing tools like, Amazon Web Services and SAP IS. Along with that, we have Google Cloud Storage. So apart from these in the market, we stand, among the top two, along with Amazon AWS, Amazon Web Services, along, and also Azure, Microsoft Azure services. So in this particular sessions, so we will allow you to understand, so what exactly we are going to learn. What is Data Factory, what is Databricks, what is why we require to perform some implementations using Data Factory, and what is the necessity to use Databricks, and what are all the different conditions in which you need to develop the flows and all. So it's not that complicated as it looks like in the in the PDF, but it is a simple tool which allows you to perform drag and drops. So let me share one of my document. So if you could see here, this is, we call it as portal. So this exactly will be the portal of an Azure service. So whoever, if you are having, if you are a student or even if you are a professional, so Azure, Microsoft allows you to, you know, learn the skills with a free content, like free subscription of 30 days, which will include, you know, uh, which will include all the major services like data factory, resource groups, creation of resource groups, creation of storage accounts, and also virtual machines, and also, or some of the synapse analytics, and also dedicated SQL pools. So let me be clear, like all these terminologies might look a bit different for you, or if you are not belonging to a Microsoft community. So in the near future, in the upcoming sessions, we would make it very familiar for you guys to understand. And don't be afraid, if you are not known about any of these tools, even if you are not known, or if you have not come up until now, that will not be a problem, because I can comfortably tell you that, I can assure you that you need not have any prior experience or prior information need not be available for you to learn these things, or any other background backend tool is not required for you to learn these data factory contents, or other data bricks and all, because everything will be a drag and drop kind of thing. Moreover, for Databricks, we require a little bit of effort for you to begin your learnings with. So that we'll be organizing a small demo at the end of the at the end of our sessions. Like, we will be providing you some kind of demo project kind of thing. Sorry, someone is trying to tell something. Okay, so this is one kind of portal. I can open it in my document in my browser. So what you need to do is that, be familiar with this portal always. Like, whenever you want to, sorry, it might be opening my official web. Okay. So if you are aware, or if you have some kind of any kind of Gmail account, or any kind of accounts, so even if you have any Outlook accounts, just if you are well capable of browsing Google, that will be well enough for you to learn or understand this data factory content, or become a data engineer. I'm not saying that in a one day, or in a span of 1 month or 2 months you will attain immense knowledge, but I can assure you that at least you will be coming out of these sessions with an intermediate level of knowledge, where you will be able to perform some kind of requirements that are not that complex, and that are not that much easy. So whenever you are trying to uh, enter into these portals, so make sure, like, for practicing things, so you can create a new account here, as I am showing you. So when you are when you're working for a company, so those companies will provide you all the required softwares, or all the required subscriptions for it. But being a layman, or being a fresher, or being someone who is trying to learn Azure for the very first time, you can just create some dummy email, like or you can create any kind of Hotmail or Outlook. Just give some date of birth. So it will ask you to solve few puzzles. So yeah, that's it. It is as simple as that. So we have created a new account for us. So whenever you enter this portal, it will be asking you to take a tour, like what exactly Microsoft Azure provides you. You see here. So I have just clicked a uh, uh, started tour. So it will allow us to go get inside and understand what exactly is this Azure portal does. Like you see, it will first thing is to create a resource, or we have a wide variety of marketplaces in the Azure services, which includes all these services like Azure AI services, Kubernetes, virtual machines, app services. So all these will be you need not learn, or there is not uh, uh, mandatory to learn all these services, but there are few services that you will be required in your lifetime to improve or to progress in your career as a data engineer. So those are the skills, those are the tools which we will make you learn, which will make you understand, which will make you go through some projects, which will make you come out with some experience that will allow you to survive yourself in a good environment or in a good professional companies. So if at all the requirement asks you to learn other services, you can click here more services. So everything is available here. So before that, we'll just take a tour of these Azure portal, like what it does. So first it will ask you to create a resource, and then it will allow you to go through all these things like what are all services available, what are dashboards. So we can browse each and everything, the resources that are available, and we can quickly find the resources. So what are we can just filter it and uh, make yourself familiar with these things. Okay, so now it is finished. So first thing is to create a resource. So I'm just making you familiar, like how we are starting this, how we are going to enter inside our required data engineering services. So before that, all these things will be performed by your company infrastructure team. If at all you're working for some MNCs, or if you are working for any other things, so they will provide you all the subscriptions, they will create all the resource groups required. So only thing will be, you just need to open your data factory tools, or Databricks, or storage accounts, or whatever SQL databases or anything. So only thing is to, you need to learn how the tool works, and what we are going to achieve through those tools. So now that I have shown you like how we are going to open this, and we will just try to create a resource. But before that, it will ask you to, yeah, this is what happens. So it will ask you to retrieve your access tokens or retrieve your subscription. Now that we are a layman in this and we do not have any subscriptions. So before that, it will ask you, you see, we do not have any such tenant, it will show you. So for these things, you need not worry about that. So we will just try to open I will just show you in my first session, like what how you will be able to create a subscription. Only thing is that if you are trying to enter inside these Azure portals, you see here, if you want to get inside the next page, so we need to create a data factory or create some portal. So we need to have a subscription. So as you could see here, there is a free trial kind of thing. So for this free trial, we need to have a credit card. So it need not be on your name, or you need not have to purchase anything. So it will only check whether you have a proper working credit card or not. It will only charge you 2 rupees, and those Indian amount of INR 2 rupees will be refunded to you within 24 hours. So it will not ask you, it will not save your details, it will not ask post your free trial, it will not ask you to recharge it, or it will not ask you to extend your subscription. This subscription is entirely free. If you could see here, if it is a free trial for 30 days, or an Indian amount, or US dollars, it will be around $200. So whatever as a data engineer, we need not bother about all these things. So we may need all these things will be taken care by your infrastructure team. Why I'm stressing this? You may be worrying like, okay, I do not have any of these things. How can I learn this? So this is not a big thing. We will provide you all the required details in a very detailed manner when we are trying to go through our sessions, or when you are trying to learn uh, more deeper, or when we are trying to explore more things in your data factory, or all these things. So these things, the screenshots which I have taken in my previous session, like it will ask you once our free trial is available, so it will ask you to create our resource groups, and also uh, further it will allow you to all these pages will get open once we are inside our data factory. So the very first thing we need to do is get a subscription and try to join inside, try to open these, what do you call, Azure portal. So let me open it again for you, because I have signed with some new account. It will look for authorization. So you see here, when I have refreshed it, you see what I've told you. It will ask you to start with a Azure free trial. This is what happens. So when you're trying to click on this start, it will allow you to provide your $200 free credit points, which will which is pretty much enough for you to start your data engineering subject, and allow yourselves to make comfortable with at least half of these services that will be required for your day-to-day activities. And if you are a student, you will be having much more benefits. If you are having you can explore these things if you are a student, and if you are working professional, you can just click on start. You see, it will ask you pay as you go or start free. So pay as you go, it will be for someone who is working. It will be as per your commercial policies of your company. So you need not worry about this. You just click on this start free, and just we need to provide a valid credit card. It not need not be on your name. It can be on your friends or family names. Only thing is, it will ask for your details, just to ensure that you are having proper, if you are a proper Microsoft tool user. So what you will get through your Azure free account, free services for 12 months, and these 13,300 rupees, Indian rupees credit. That means in the very first page we have seen, like when we are starting, it will ask you for start free or pay as you go. So we are starting for free. So once we enter inside, so we just need to, you see here, again I have specified no automatic charges. After your credit is over, it will ask you if you want to continue with pay as you go. If you do, only you will have to pay. For example, if you are have if we are if you want to extend your trial period of, if you want to work pay as you go for 30 more days, you can pay the same thing like $200 or $100 accordingly. So but it will never charge you automatically. Okay, so keeping that aside, so we can fill our name like this. You give your basic details, and some valid phone number should be required, I guess. Like, it will not take dummy numbers. So for instance, I will try to provide my verification code just to ensure like it is not any virtual things like robotic kind of things. So my it is verified. So it is everything is optional. Like you can give us. Okay, so just accept. So next thing will be it will just ask you to provide your verification details along with your credit card. So this I can share you later, like how. So these are the simple steps to get inside the Azure portal. So meanwhile, we need not dig deeper today, as it will be a just demo session. So what we are going to achieve using this data engineer. So what we will perform. So as a data engineer, you are going to learn about a few things that a data does. So what exactly is data? So anything that relates or anything that has some information can be termed as data. A phone number, or a list of students in a in a department of a college, a list of employees that are working under a particular category or a particular section of a company. So like that. So and nowadays, as we are in advanced stages of technology, this data factory and Databricks will also allow you to work with machine learning as well as AI related works. Like so I cannot guarantee you like once you are out of this course you will be immediately joining into a AI related workshop. So that may take some time, but companies are just now evolving or thinking themselves big in transforming their existing data that that was not inside cloud. So now most of the companies are moving their platforms from on premises to cloud. So here on premises means data that is not in cloud. So data that is not data that is inside some hard disks, or data that is maintained in some FTPs, data that is maintained in some offline servers, that will be migrated using Azure cloud. So for this thing, we will be having some connectors that will allow you to perform your data engineering skills, to transform the data that is being provided by the client and provide your final result by performing all these tasks utilizing this data factory or Databricks. So both are one and the same, but we also have Synapse Analytics along with Databricks in Azure. So where Azure Data Factory is a complete ETL tool where you can perform file transfer activities, you can perform data flows, where you can perform data migration activities, where you can perform file migration, where you can perform all of the things that are not related, or all of the data that is not structured or unstructured. So I just want to explain you what is a structured and unstructured data here. Like any data that is properly formulated. So for example, some of you may have knowledge on some Excel sheets. If if you have any data that is having some columns and some rows, so that we can term it as a structured data. Means we can relate ourselves by looking into the columns and by looking into the rows. That okay, if you take an employee table, it will have some kind of details like name, age, gender, date of joining, salary, uh, marital status, address. All these things can be termed as structured data. And when we are talking about some unstructured data, so if you pass through if you are passing through some metro stations, or if you are passing through some tidal windmills, so all the information that is stored inside a windmill, so whenever those tidal windmill is rotated, some sort of sensors will capture those number of rpms that are being made by those particular windmills, is being directly transferred into a systematic response that is in turn been delivered to either your databases or your cloud servers. So earlier days, it might have been captured inside the databases. So now it will be directly transformed into some meaningful conversation using our Azure data engineering concepts. So I think it will somewhat complex if I explain more detailedly about that. But we will try to understand what the differences of structured data and unstructured data, how the analytics will be performed. So what are all things like, as we have already mentioned in our document, like we will provide you some kind of POC or mini project guidance, like how you can perform a mini project which will be allowing you to transfer or migration of on-premises SQL Server databases into cloud in Azure cloud databases, like Azure SQL databases. And along with that, we can also discuss some other unstructured data formulations, and also how we can utilize Azure Databricks and club all these data, all these unstructured data using machine learning, and also utilize Synapse Analytics in order to perform, in order to uh, analyze your data using data warehousing concept. So when data warehousing arrives, so Synapse Analytics comes into the place. So whenever you join a company, or when you are joined into some kind of project where one of your lead or one of your supervisor come around and ask you if they are giving you requirement, so you will be able to, you have to be capable of understanding that requirement and answering them by providing proper tool. Like when you are learning about this concept in data engineering, so we will assure you that which tool will be utilized for which concept. And by the end of the sessions, so you will be understanding like what will be the requirement and how you need to analyze, whether you need to use data factory, whether you need to use data bricks, or whether you need to go with Synapse Analytics, or whether you need to completely depend on Power BI reports only. So these are some kind of concepts that will be detailedly explained to you in our upcoming sessions. So uh, and more importantly, like the sessions should be interactive. So whenever I take sessions, I will definitely look for some interruptions, like students gathering there, they should be following, or if they are not following, so I should be able to understand like what they require from me, whatever they understood, or what are the understandings of my sessions. So it will be not like a feedback, but I would like to have some interactive sessions. Like it will not be anything. Google provides you everything nowadays, but uh, as a professional, so what we are implementing in real time scenarios will not be explained by Google. So you can utilize our sessions, and you can come up with more and more questions that will make us feel comfortable. Like if you ask more questions, we will be able to, that will be happier for us to serve you better. And so I just leave this session for you guys. If you have any questions or if you have something to ask me, so as it is just a demo, we cannot, we cannot go deeper, like elaborating everything in one session. So it is a vast ocean. So we will try to, learn step by step, and I'm ensuring you that you will be at the end of the session. I can guarantee you that you will be having, you will be coming out with a proper detailed lessons of data engineer. So if someone can speak up about your exactly what you're looking for, and if something is delivered by me is understandable, or any questions, don't feel shy, or you can ask any kind of question. So whether it is simple or whether it is awkward or whether it is, just anything you have in your mind, whatever runs in your mind, you can come up. So feel free, try to, learn. When you ask a question that makes you think big, or at least you can speak something, no one is here to question, no one is here to, no one in this universe is, have knowledge on everything. So you can come up with questions. Okay, so I believe that, okay, at least you got some points which we have discussed, like at least few points. So we'll go great with our upcoming sessions. So our colleagues will let you know, like, the timings and all. So 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 thank you all for joining this session, and have a good day. Yeah, I got to see someone telling something. Jaypal. Yeah, Mr. Jaypal, you can talk or you can type in the chat. Okay, so data science. So it it is not exactly data science and data engineering are different, but so that depends on the requirement that is being provided by the client. Like when you're talking about data science, it mostly, you know, covers the features that are being enabled under machine learning. So there are few concepts, few requirements that will be covered under uh, these data sciences. So what exactly comes under data science will be like, most of them will be big data kind of thing, and structured machine learning projects. So if you can, if I need to elaborate on those things, so whoever is having some knowledge on, data engineering can explore more in data science, because you need to at least have some kind of knowledge on data, and what does a data engineering does, and then the next step will be data science. I could say that data science is a step ahead of data engineering. So the expertise level of data engineering will move on to data science, where you need to work on mostly on machine learning things, and some kind of it's not that hard, but it will be a challenging one for you to learn all these concepts, where some kind of things you may need to have some part of Spark coding, or you need to have some knowledge on at least a basic programming knowledge in Java for that, where you need to use Python and R languages to type, or at least perform few code changes or code reviews, if at all any existing project exists. So you need to have some kind of logical thinking and problem solving things and all. So it will, mostly having some kind of mathematical related stats and all. So whereas data engineering, you need not, you need not have that much deeper logical thinking or mathematical stats kind of things. So that's how it will be different.